Dad?
Aren't you sleeping yet? It's time for bed, honey.
Dad, I can't sleep. Can you tell me a bedtime story?
All right. What do you want to hear?
Something about an adventure.
I think I know just the thing. When I was your age, my biggest dream was to follow my Uncle Fred on one of his adventures around the world. One day, he disappeared. I stepped into the lobby of my uncle's house. It lay just across the hill from where I lived with my mother, your grandmother. She had tried to keep me from going, but I wanted to see if Fred was home yet from his latest adventure. My uncle used to send me postcards from his long journeys. Greetings from Nepal, Galapagos, Kilimanjaro, the Amazon River. This was the first time he had left without a word, without sending cards. I had visited Uncle Fred's house countless of times, but in a locker, which usually was closed, I found something I hadn't seen before. It was an adventure suit. It resembled the one that Fred used, but smaller in size. Curiosity got the better of me, and I tried it on. It fit like it had been custom made for me. The most mysterious room of my uncle's house was the observatory. There he kept his newest experiments, and right now it held a pad used for disposing of garbage. Uncle Fred had warned me not to touch any of his things. But, as I said, I was a curious child.
Приветствую всех на моем канале. Начинаем проходить A Story About My Uncle. Но меня тянет. Что за фигня? A Story About My Uncle.
I landed with a crash, but thanks to the suit I wasn't hurt. I had no idea where the pad had taken me, but back then I didn't care so much about where I was going, or how I would get home. The suit protected me from falls on the ground, but not in water. I couldn't swim with this thing on. Best be careful.
Твою мать. Чуть нахрен не разбился. Опля.
I was sure that someone had been here before me. Someone had built these bridges and carved these symbols, but who? Where were they now?
Ага. Оп. Ну, как по мне, эта часть лучше Far Cry... не эта часть, эта игра лучше Far Cry 2. Твою мать! Зачем я пробел нажимал? Да твою дивизию, да что за фигня? А. Блин, а я уже нажал. А, можно ж сбить. Уи.
The power core I found activated the suit's grappling device when I picked it up. It must have been left here by my uncle. The grappling device left a sort of symbol everywhere I grappled. I noticed similar symbols already there in the cave, and I was getting more and more certain that this place was where Fred had gone.
Уи.
The adventure suit was fantastic. By combining a power leap with a grapple, I could fly long distances through the air at great speed.
Ой, ё-моё. Улетел. Yep. Охренеть, я еще и мимо... Так. Ой-ой-ой. Я хрен его знает. Наверное, туда. Ё-моё. Почти. Так, где-то здесь летающий кусок. Э, Ага. Стоять. Ах, твою мать! Твою мать! Ой! Я зря, кажется, это сделал. Долетит? Нет? Долетит? Долетит. Так, вот сюда. Да давай залазь. Мгм. Ма. Давай, давай, давай. Вот и чудненько. А что тут у нас?
Did you ever see any of Fred's experiments yourself?
Yes, I actually helped him collect samples for his research sometimes.
To learn about them?
That's right. We found all sorts of things. One time, we went to the forest and found a small pool of water that was full of eggs.
Eggs? Were there chickens in the forest?
No, not chicken eggs. These were small and jelly-like. Hundreds of them. Fred told me that they were frog eggs. He was in for a surprise though. Guess what happened?
What? What happened?
Well, we took some eggs back home, and one day, Fred woke up with bites all over his body. Turns out, it wasn't frog eggs after all. It was mosquito eggs.
Ah, poor Fred.
I know. He did find real frog eggs eventually. He told me that they were very, very special.
Ох!
Know what happened to them.
Да, бедный Фред.
These blue lights. Did Fred put them here? Or was somebody else here as well?
Hello, who are you? You're not from here. Wow, you look just like Fred, but smaller, and with less hair on your face.
She knew Fred. I told her that he was my uncle, and that I was looking for him.
What's an uncle?
I said that he was, that I had known him all my life.
Really? Me too. I'll help you find him. I'm Madeline. The others call me Mad Maddie sometimes. I don't know why really, but you can call me Maddie. You've never been to the village, right? Let's meet over there in the square. I'll show you around. I bet you can get there easily with your suit thing. So, I'll see you there.
I couldn't believe it. An underground village, inhabited by frog people, or more like salamanders. Either way, they walked like humans, they talked like humans. How is that possible?
Ах ты, твою ж мать. Куда? Куда? Ой-ой-ой. Ты зря отпустил. Тихо. Спокойно. Твою мать. Вот твою мать, зацепился. Красавчик. Твою мать. Куда ты нахрен улетел? Ура! Все обошлось.
Hey! Hi, welcome to my village. This is the town square, and that over there is Fred's tent. I haven't seen him in a few days though. Maybe our elder Samuel knows where he is. He knows a lot of stuff. Mostly boring stuff, if you ask me, but it's worth a try. Before asking him though, you should check out the village. It's not so bad, unless you have to stay for too long. When you're done, go to the island with the windmill, and you'll see Samuel's cove from there. I'll go on ahead and tell him that you're coming. He's not much for surprises. Later!
I thanked Madeline and agreed to meet her later. It was strange. How could I talk to someone who was not even human and still feel like it was perfectly normal?
что у вас в области талии? Я что-то понять не могу.
It looked like most of the shacks in the village were built out of trash. Trash from our world. It was, after all, a garbage disposal pad that took me here.
Так, ладно. Я понял, что тут у нас ничего нет. Надо отсюда валить. Не, серьезно, что-то у них в области талии как-то странно. Ух ты. Тихо. Спокойно. Ой. Здрасте. Ой, не упали. По-моему, у тебя анимация сломалась. И рука тоже. Так, ладно, тут ничего. Блин, приседаний не хватает. Число. Здрасте. Стоп. Твою мать! Твою мать! Ой, блин, ай! Твою мать. Да твою мать, блядь. С ускорением перепрыгивает, без ускорения не допрыгивает. Что за бред? Ура! Пока все, у меня больше нет этих. Хреновин.
A stranger in our halls. Welcome. Our name is Samuel, and we will do our best to assist you. Please tell us what brings you here.
I told him that I was looking for my Uncle Fred.
We should help. Do you know where he is?
Fred left us without a word. If you aspire to find him, we can share with you a sacred crystal, a power core. Fred used their kind to power his suit. You can have it if you return our Fred to us.
The crystal? Sweet!
Madeline, that was inappropriate. Your help will not be necessary. The crystal is not for you to have.
What? I want to help finding Fred. Why couldn't I?
Please, Madeline, that is impossible. None of us may enter the chasms. It is too dangerous.
What's the danger? If Fred can do it, so can I.
I say this for your own protection, Madeline. You are forbidden from entering the chasms.
Just because you're afraid of what's outside the village doesn't mean I am. I'm nothing like you. I'll never be.
We apologize. It is true that we want to keep her safe, but she does not understand. Behind us is the power core. Take it and go into the chasms. Find Fred, and if you see Madeline, take care of her. Be safe.
Чё взять, чувак, ты гонишь? А, вон. Ну так как куда теперь?
I felt a little uneasy about moving on into the chasms. If it was too dangerous for Maddie, would it be safe enough for me?
Так, я хоть правильно пошел? А-а-а. Так, а с этой стороны у нас что? Взял, порвал. Ё-моё. Так подожди, а куда? Вот круто, а я потратил одну уже. Эх, зараза. Да твою мать, что ты не зацепился? Твою мать, твою мать. Ну, как так-то? Как я не вовремя-то прыгнул. Зря. Да твою мать. Давай, ну что? Тихо, 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 тихо. Зараза. Твою мать. Ну ё-моё, ё-моё. Ах. Ура!
Darkness swept over me as I left the glittering lights in the village behind me and headed for the ominous shadows of the chasms.
А, все.
As I entered the chasms, it struck me how much darker it was in there. The shadows were black as ink, and although I tried not to be afraid, I couldn't help but shiver. Was it the darkness that frightened the villagers as well, or was it something else?
Блин, мне кажется, он не это. О, стоп. И... Ура!
Maddie?
Hi, I'm glad you came. Sorry about back there. I just get so frustrated. They cling so desperately to what they know, won't ever do anything new. It feels better when Fred is around, but...
I told Madeline I didn't mind, and I asked her what she was doing with the book.
Oh, this? These writings? It's like a secret language. They are done by people who left the village long ago. They're called the Strays, but no one wants to talk about them. I started translating their language with help from a stray book that Fred found. This one says, "Don't move when the eye is open," I think. I wonder what it means. Whatever. We should get going. Why don't you take me on your back? It'll be faster if you carry me. I used to piggyback on Fred all the time. Turn around and I'll hop up. You're not going to drop me, right? Okay, let's go.
Madeline climbed up on my back, and with the suit on, I could barely feel the extra weight.
Она офигела. Я, говорит, пойду, но я буду на твоей спине. Ну, что за бред?
The winding, narrow tunnels felt like they were closing in on me. They were oddly long and twisting, almost like someone or something had dug them out. With Maddie on my back, I had to be careful not to bump her head on the ceiling.
Твою мать. Что, еще выше, что ли? Твою мать. Ну а мы будем продолжать с вами уже в следующей серии. Всем огромнейшее спасибо за просмотр и всем пока и до скорых
The
встреч.
Strays were ordinary people living in the village long ago. They disagreed with the old traditions and left to form their own village, or they were thrown out for misbehaving. The stories differ a bit.